Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 1 of the exercise challenge. So I would assume that most days you're supposed to start your day with exercise, but I can almost guarantee you that's not going to be the case for me. I'm probably going to end my day with exercise for the most part, just based on my work schedule and when I tend to get up and go to bed and that kind of stuff. So anyways, I am making something that I really enjoy. My kids really enjoy also. It's called vegan dill pickle potato chowder. And it's very good. I am making it a little bit differently than the recipe calls for, so I will have the actual recipe itself from Connoisseur's Veg in the description box below. But to start off with, this is pretty much what she has. So the first part of the recipe says to take 1 small onion and chop it and cook it in a pot for about 10 minutes. Does it say to add the carrots at that point too? Yeah, you're supposed to cook the carrots and the onions together in a pot until the onions start getting ready. I don't have a problem with cooking the carrots. I don't buy carrots and chop them any longer. Sorry, I'm making granola for my kids. Anyway, I just buy the shredded carrots and I just chop them a little bit, and I'm gonna put those directly in there. It does not call for mushrooms. However, you guys know me. There's my pile of enoki mushrooms. They're gonna go in almost everything. So anyway, I'm gonna go put this in a pot on the stove. And then I'm going to chop up, so I'm doubling the batch, first of all. So this is not 1 small onion, that is 2 small onions actually. And I'm going to double the batch and add some different ingredients that aren't in the recipe. So I'm going to go put this in a pot on the stove and get it started. It's supposed to cook this for like 10 minutes. I don't know that it'll actually take that long, but that's what I'm going to do. It does say to cook it in oil. I'm not going to do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to chop up the potatoes. So I need approximately 7 cups of chopped potatoes in order to double this batch. We'll see, I just have a bunch of golden potatoes, the little Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm just gonna chop those up. It does say to peel them if you're using russets. I'm not going to peel them. I think they will be fine the way that they are. So I'm gonna go get that started and chop up my potatoes. And by the time I'm done chopping the potatoes, I should be ready to move on to the next step. So I will clue you guys in as to what that is. Alrighty guys, so one of the other things, after you've put the onions and the carrots in there and you sauteed them and got them going, the next step that you want to do is once those are translucent-ish for the onions, you want to then put some garlic in there. And it calls for 2 cloves of minced garlic. You guys know me, big jug garlic scoop. Always, if a little garlic is good, a lot is better. I like garlic. So that's already in there, that's going. Then the next step is actually to add a bunch of different ingredients. So you're going to, because I'm doubling the recipe, I'm going to put in 6 cups of unsweetened soy milk. So this is actually 4 cups, so I've got another container out, so I'll put 2 more cups from another container. And then 2 cups of veggie broth. So I'm going to use the Better Than Bouillon No Chicken base to make my veggie broth. You're also supposed to put in there at that point in time your 7 cups of potatoes. It's obviously just a touch more than 7 cups of potatoes, but 7 cups of potatoes. And then also some nutritional yeast. So there you go. The nutritional yeast you need, I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons, which is a 1/4 cup. It calls for 2 tablespoons in the original recipe. That actually, I need to back up a step. So before you do this, after the vegetables are cooked, you want to add, I'm putting in 6 tablespoons of flour and mixing that in really well. And that's going to help it bind it together and make it into a nice consistency. You're supposed to do that while it's cooking. I haven't done that step yet, so I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to add the rest of these ingredients in. You're supposed to, after you put in your flour, you are just supposed to stir it till it coats the vegetables and then add the rest of your ingredients. So I'm being lazy and using the same measuring cup, excuse me, the same measuring cup to measure my liquids as I'm using to measure my potatoes, so I'm not going to show you that process, but I'm going to go take care of that. And then really and truly, there's not a whole lot left. After that, I think you're actually, yeah, when you're cooking this part, you're supposed to add pickles and pickle juice at the end. I'm going to use a whole jar of this because I'm doubling the recipe. So what it actually calls for is 1½ cups of finely chopped dill pickles, and at the end, 1/2 cup of dill pickle juice. So once this is all done cooking, I'm just gonna dump this whole jar in there and mix it together. And I'm also going to be adding some kale. So I've got like more than half a bag, but I'm going to add some of this kale. Some of it will come out. Can you see? Like they've got some stalks in here. I don't put those in my food ever. So I'm going to go and put the rest of this stuff. I'm going to go take care of the flour part, mix that all in really good, put the rest of these ingredients in there, and let it sit and cook for about 20 minutes. And then I'll be back with you guys to show you what it looks like at the end. Alrighty guys, so the soup is done. I have added the pickles. I just dumped the whole jar right in after it was ready to go. And take a look at this. Isn't that pretty? Regardless of whether it's pretty or not, it is delicious. I've made this soup several times in the past. It's really, really good. I've not ever put the kale in it before, but I don't see why not. So anyway, I'm gonna go make up a bowl of this to take with me to work. I'm actually gonna bring a bowl for one of the ladies that I work with as well, because I don't know if she likes pickles or not, but I know she would like the rest of the ingredients. So if she likes pickles, we're good to go. If not, I'll keep it for myself for the next day. No big deal. So anyways, I don't really need to do a taste test for you guys because I know how good this is, but I'm looking forward to eating this for sure. So, oh, hot. Oh my goodness. It's warm. You guys really do need to try this one. I think that the majority of the recipes that I make on this video, this exercise challenge, are gonna be ones that I'm gonna say, hey, you guys really need to try this, but you really need to try this. It's really, really good, I promise. If you like potato soup and you like pickles, this is like the bomb. This lady really did a really good job with this recipe. So I have to go finish getting ready for work, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I am on my way home, and I've just left work, and I thought I would chat at you for a few minutes. So I did, when I got to work, I did eat. I didn't eat right away, but I did end up eating my soup, and it was super, super, super yummy, like really good. I did bring a bowl of soup with me for my technician, and she actually liked it better once she put some hot sauce in it. So keep that in mind. If you like hot and spicy type stuff, you might want to consider adding a little bit of spice to yours. I thought it was really good without, but you never know. Some people like things spicy and some people don't. So anywho, that is that. And then I also had some of my hummus this afternoon. She had stopped off at the grocery store and ended up bringing me a 2-liter of diet root beer, and I haven't had root beer in forever, and it was super yummy. I mean, I have a glass of it every once in a great, great while, but it was really good. So I had some of my hummus, and I didn't eat a ton of it, to be honest with you. I ate just a small amount of what I brought with me. The carrots were really good, very refreshing, very crunchy. That was really nice. So I'm on my way home, and I'm trying to decide if I'm sure I'll eat something when I get home, but I just don't really know what. I might just have another bowl of soup, or we almost always have rice in the house, so I might just make some rice and veggies. So I don't know. I will probably eat something. But before I do that, I need to get my exercise in for the day. And I thought that it might be interesting to do, so I have the Insanity workout video series. I bought that a long time ago, actually. And they've got one particular part of it called the Insanity Fit Test. And you have to do, I think it's either 6 or 8. I think it's 8 different exercises maybe. And it just is, basically you do it and you see what your starting out level is, and then you do it again after, I think every 7 days or something you're supposed to do it. Maybe every 2 weeks you're supposed to do it. Something like that. Anyways, yeah, I remember doing it before, and it was like one of the hardest workouts I've ever done, and all it was a fit test. But that being said, I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and then I will do it again at day 8, day 6, 15, day 22, and day 30ish, something like that. So after like a week, I'll do it again and see if I can improve over the course of the month. Yeah, I was really bad at it last time, so hopefully I can be a little bit better at it this time. I do remember thinking it was pretty hard, pretty terrible actually. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that, and I'll put up the results here, so you guys can see what the quantity is, and then I can put up the results the next time I do it and see if I'm getting any better at any of it. But I thought that'd be a good place to start. It's definitely a good workout, considering that it's just a small series of exercises, but it's a lot when you're not used to working out. So anyways, I think that will be it for me for the day, guys. Can't say that I'm looking forward to going home and exercising at all, because it's really not anything that's exciting to me at all. But I'm gonna go do it because that's what this exercise challenge is all about. So anyway, guys, I will see you tomorrow.